The question number 6, this is regarding the gates. Now, when two switches are acting as inputs here, when two switches are serially connected one another, to make the circuit complete, we need to turn on both the switches. As an example, if I connect these two edges, but still the circuit is not completed, therefore output is not working. Therefore, we must turn on both the switches, then the circuit becomes A and B. That means both should be there. Switches are parallelly connected. The either of the switches has to be turned on, not both. Assume that we connect A. Then the path is completed from the plus H to the minus H, the circuit. Then if any of the switches are turned on, the output becomes 1. Therefore, AOB should be there. Then the circuit, the equation comes as X equals AOB. That's the theory. Now, in the given question, both serial and parallel things are connected. Now, first of all, we'll build up our circuit in this way, or we'll split the sections in this way. Now, this is one switch, this is another switch, and I may consider this entire block as one set. Then all these three sets are serially connected. That means this should be turned on, this should be turned on, as well as these two edges has to be connected. Then I can assume that this is and this is and this. Then all three should be and. But if you consider the middle part, either of S2O, S3 has to be turned on. That means that's O. Then I can make it as S2O, S3. Then this full part is completed. That's the equation for the middle part. Now with this middle part, we have to consider S1 as well as S4. Then our equation has to be S1 and this should be turned on. Not only that, even this has to be turned on, S4 and either of these switch has to be turned on. Then this is what the equation S1 and S2O, S3 and S4. The bracket is essential at this moment. Why? Either of these has to be turned on. The question number 7. Now this question has a small tricky point. The inputs A, B and the next line is C bar, not C. That may be the mistake by you people. That's the tricky point given here in this question. Traditionally we are having A, B, C, the main inputs, but now this is given as C bar. Then if it is if they are the inputs, once you pass it to the NOT gate, this becomes C. C bar, inverse of that will be C. Simply this is C bar, C double bar, that turns into C. Then this channel, this goes for B, then BC, O gate, it becomes B plus C. Then this channel turns with A, then A dot this. So our final equation is A into B plus C. So we have the answer. This is very simple, but the tricky point here is they are giving it as C bar. Next question is question number 8. Now they ask in order for the output Y to be 1, inputs A, B and C must be. So now they expect output to be 1 and asking what are the combinations of A, B and C of the given questions. First of all, we'll build up the equation for this circuit. This is an AND gate. So inputs are A and B. This becomes A dot B. And this channel goes for C. This is O gate. So my final answer will be O gate. That means AB plus C. Now we'll decide to make the final outcome as 1. What should it be? This is an O gate. To make it as 1, definitely either of these segments should be 1. If C is 1, we don't care about the others. Then output is 1. Other set is if A dot B becomes 1, we don't care about C. Or else if this segment is 1 and this segment is 1, still the output becomes 1. That's the point. Now the given combinations are, first combination is A is 1, B is 1, C is 1. The all are 1. A1, B1. A dot B is A, B plus C. A dot B. A is 1, B is 1, then C is 1. Definitely output is 1. Next combination is given as A is 1, B is 1, C is 0. A1, B1, C 0. Then this part A dot B, that means 1 dot 1 becomes 1 plus 0. We don't care about this. Since this is 1, the final output is 1. Then that's also giving the answer. Then the next segment, section statement C is giving A0, B0, C is 1. This is 0 dot 0 plus 1. This part becomes 0 but C is 1, therefore output is 1. The last D section gives you A equals 1, B equals 0, C equals 1. Then 1 dot 0 plus 1. A dot B becomes 0 but the C is 1, therefore output is 1. Then all A, B, C, D statements are correct. Question number 9. This is also a simple circuit diagram. B, C are the inputs for the AND gate. Then this place becomes B dot C. And this channel comes with B with the NOT gate. This turns into B bar. And A is here. So through the O gate, it turns into A plus B bar. And this channel gives you B dot C. Since it's an AND gate, our final expression turns into BC into O dot A plus B bar. This exact answer is not available in the answer set. Therefore, we will try to apply some simplifications. BC into A plus B bar. So, what we can do is we can apply distributive law. We can distribute the brackets. Then this is what we have outside the bracket. From outside, whatever outside the bracket, we may multiply the inner sections. BC into A plus BC into B bar. Now, once you go for the first segment A, B, C, so all are with the dot operator, therefore I can neglect the bracket and I can rearrange them. That is up to the commutative law, exchanging the letters. And in this case, again, B, C, B bar, the brackets can be neglected. And if I take B bar, B closer, this becomes 0. So I may just apply the commutative law. This is going for A, B, C. I may bring this B bar closer to the B, which becomes B bar, B, C. Now you know what will be the result. When you have B dot B bar, this turns into 0. That's a rule. Then I can say B bar dot B goes for 0. Then this 0 dot C will be, C dot 0 will be 0. Other segment is this full part will be 0. 0 plus something, 0 plus A will be A. Then my final answer is this full segment will be cancelled and only this part will be the remainder. Then answer is ABC plus 0. So 0, that means 0 plus A will be A. That means ABC is my final answer. Question number 11. Now, this is a usual traditional K-map question where we need to extract the equation corresponding for this K-map. But the labeling given is a little bit unusual for us. They say that PQ for this side, RS for this side. Then what you have to do is you have to go to the traditional labeling that we all are familiar with. That means P and Q are the variables used into this side. So our labeling will be P bar, Q bar, P bar, Q, PQ and PQ bar. Into this side, it goes for R bar, S bar, R bar, S, RS and RS bar. I think this is a difficult part. The rest is nothing. Now, when I'm going to continue the grouping here to get the equation, I see 4 ones here, 3 ones here, and the maximum group I can prepare is 4 ones group. Then for this 4 ones group, the common variables are P bar, Q bar. And again I may see that there are 4 ones on corners. Then that will make another group Then the common letters for the 4 ones are, from the columns we see that Q bar is common, and from the rows we can get S bar is common. Then all these 4 ones are also added into groups. Now we see another 3 ones and another one here. To group these two or these 3, I can't put them into one group. Therefore, I can consider another group with 4 ones here. That is this. Now the commons for those 4 ones are, from the rows we see S is common, R bar is not common, S. From the columns we see P bar. Right. Then we have another one available here that can also be plugged into another 4 ones group. Then the commons for that one, from the columns we see P bar is common, and from the rows we see R bar is common. Then only a single one is available that can't be joined into 4 ones group. Then I have to go to 2 ones group, so that the commons will be, from the columns I may get Q, from the rows I have to consider both of them, R bar as well as S. Then my final expression will be adding of all these sections. Then it turns into, I may start from this corner, P bar Q bar, this is done, and then plus S P bar plus, again I may consider this part, or I may go in the order, Q bar R bar S plus Q bar S bar plus the last part P bar R bar. So we don't have this answer available in the statements. Therefore, I may try to simplify this, or I may take the commons out. Then if I see the segments, here we have P bar, and P bar. Then if I compare the answers, P bar is common. Therefore, I may take this P bar out. Then Q bar plus S plus R bar. This segment is there. And then if I consider the remainder, we see Q bar is common. Then I may take Q bar, which becomes S bar and R bar is available. So now we can see this answer, that is the statement C available in the answer set. When the bases are considered, we work with base 2, base 8, base 10 and base 16, and the possible digits, base 2, 1 less than the base, we know about it. So 0 and 1 are the digits, base 8 starting from 0 going up to 7, base 10 decimal number systems going up to 9 starting from 0. Base 16 goes up to 15, but there's a problem. Why? When I'm going for the 10th character, that is repeating the same digit we had, 1 and 0, that they were already there. Even 11, 1 and 1, 12, 1 and 2. Therefore, we can't reuse the same digits. That's the reason why we use English letters for base 16. So, from 9 onwards, we use A, B, C, D, E and F. They are the accepted characters for base 16. The question 1 says, which of the following are possible digits in base 16 number systems? Now, base 16. If you go to statement A, 3 is okay, but 10 is not possible. Instead, we need to have A. So, A is wrong. B, 0, 3, 9, 7. All are accepted to be in base 16. C, 12, D, E. D is 7 now, okay, but 12 is not. Instead, we need to have the letter C. Then 0 and 1 still possible in base 16. Therefore, A is incorrect, C is incorrect. The correct answers are B and D. B and D, we don't have the answer. There's a small problem in the question. So B and D are the answers. Generally, the cardinality comes in our databases are defining the association of the real world instances. As an example, we may consider owner owns vehicle. Two entities, two tables, owner as well as vehicle. Now the practical situation is a single vehicle. When you consider this car V001 car cost is 5 million, that is owned by only one owner. But the other side, a single owner can own many vehicles. So that's the way we label the cardinality. A vehicle is owned by only one owner, whereas one owner can own many vehicles, one to many relationship. We came to this one to many cardinality by considering the records of the table, not the columns. Then records are also called as tuples. You know this term. Tuple means a complete record. Now if I am to explain this cardinality again, the owner Nimal may own vehicle 003 as well as vehicle 002. That's the reason why I put that one owner can own many vehicles. One owner can own many, not only one, many. But if you go to the reverse order, a single vehicle, one vehicle can be owned by only one owner. V001, the owner is M02. V02 owned by M01. This is owned by this owner. This is owned by this owner. Then for a single vehicle, we can have only one owner available. Then we came to this cardinality by considering the tuples, rows, records. Not by considering the attributes. Not by considering the tables, owner, vehicles. Not by considering the constraints, the rules, primary key constraint, foreign key constraint, no. Number of tuples, yes, that should be the answer. So then the cardinality is completely depending on the tuples or records of the tables or relations. Question number 19. The question is regarding the network section. Which of the following statements are correct regarding data communication? The statement is related to packet switching and circuit switching. First of all, I may explain this packet and circuit switching situation. Normally, packet switching networks are used in digital situations. By that time, if I am to send some data under the packet switching, this is the data. First thing is they are broken into small segments. I may label them as 1, 2, 3, 4, and each and every segment is added into the network. Then segment 1 is added first. Once it comes to the first gateway or first node, it may transfer into a certain path reaching the destination. And the second packet or second segment is independent from the first one, so that it may pass some other pathway. Assume that packet 1 goes on this way. This is 1. And packet 2 passes the other pathway. Why? Why can't packet 2 goes along with the same path where we used the first packet? That is because once the second segment is reached, the congestion, that means the traffic of the earlier path, may be increased. So that this gateway or this node decides, if I send the second packet over the same path, it may take long time. Therefore, we'll use some other path to deliver the data to the receiver at a quicker time than the earlier one, since packets are independent. And the same way, the third packet may follow some other path sometimes. Third packet may follow this pathway, reaching the destination. Other point is, once the packets are reached, once the segments are reached, sometimes the first packet may be reached at first. Then is no guarantee that second packet is the next one to receive. Sometimes it may reach, the third segment may be reached next. Then the second segment may reach next. So this is what the basic concept behind packet switching. So before the data are sent, they are prepared into segments, and each and every segment is sent over the network using different pathways. And finally, once all the segments are received, 1, 2, 3, then 5 may be received next. No, we don't have 5. 4 will be received. Then after reaching all the segments, they are assembled into the order where they have sent, reassembling them, and make the full file that has been sent. That's the order of the packet switching. So depending on the traffic congestion, the path may differ from segment to segment. The complete opposite function goes with circuit switching. Circuit switching is mainly applicable for analog systems, analog data transferring. Not all the time, but in most of the cases. Now, before the data are sent, again there are possibilities of breaking them into segments. No problem, they may be segmented, or sometimes it may not be segmented, the same data will be available as it is. Somehow the rule behind the circuit switching is, before delivering the data, the sender and the receiver comes to a decision which path is going to be selected for the data communication. This is called as path determination. They will determine determination. They will determine the path in between the sender and the receiver. This is done prior to send data. Assume that with the communication between sender and the receiver, they have decided this is the path to deliver data under this situation. Then the first data packet is passed along with the same path. Why? They have determined, they have confirmed the path. First data segment. Even the second data segment comes along with the same path. Third, fourth, all are following the same path. Like in the earlier case, once you emit the first segment, if the traffic of these nodes were increased, is there a possibility of changing the path? No, that is not. Same path has to be used to complete the data delivery. That's what the circuit switching is. Normally, circuit switching network are used in our telephone or traditional telephone systems. They are called as PSTN systems, public switch telephone networks. Public switch telephone networks. They are traditional landlines, as we know, telephone networks. Now we'll go to the question given. There the statement A. Statement A says internet is a packet switched switching network. Yes, internet is a digital network. That's a packet switching network. True. Then the statement B is a packet switching network. PSTN? No, it's a circuit switching. Then statement C, packet switching network always send data packets through the same path. Packet switching sending same path. No, that is sending on different path depending on the congestion. Then the statement D, circuit switching networks. Circuit switching networks is the most appropriate to handle data congestion. Data congestion, data traffic? No, why? Though the traffic is increased, can't change the path. Then that's also false. Answer should be A only.